Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the 2025 high school football season here in New Jersey. My name is Mike Valenzano, your brand new NJFOA North State Rules Interpreter. Obviously, this position is synonymous with the name Bob Masucci, so we want to thank Bob for his years of service as the outgoing chairperson of this committee. And of course, you'll hear from him often as a major resource for me and our association. Hey, how to find me throughout the year? Go to our awesome website, NJFOA North. 3 little lines up in the top right corner. Click on Resources. That'll pop up a menu to Ask the Interpreter. Here's the page that'll bring you to. There's me, little bio about me. And at the bottom, you'll see a link to Ask the NJFOA North Interpreter. Go ahead and click that link. That'll actually bring you to RefSec, where you can type in any question you may have. Hey, without further ado, let's get right into this year's rules changes. Hey, certainly a sign of the times, but this new rule change allows for a video display from the sideline to be shown to players that are on the field. Remember, no electronics inside the 9-yard marks. Again, everything you see here is legal. The old play signs on a poster, coach showing players things on an iPad on the sideline. Again, all legal. My only concern is the player on the right. If you see someone struggling to hear a coach in their headset, that's illegal. No headsets for players or any communication with the sideline in that nature. Hey, speaking of sign of the times, please do not allow any player to have a audio or video device on them. No player can be mic'd up in high school football, certainly not body cammed or streaming or creating their own content, so let's be vigilant there. Here we are with the biggest rule change in 2025, certainly the meat and potatoes, and we are dealing with a ball that is fumbled forward and thereafter goes out of bounds. Okay, a ball that is fumbled forward and goes out of bounds now returns back to the spot of the fumble. Okay, we have a video example for you here, but let's take a peek. Looks like we have 3rd and 4 from the 20. We have to make the 16-yard line. Okay, let's roll. 3rd and 4. We have a completed pass. This ball is fumbled at the 11-yard line. We need a beanbag at that spot. It goes forward and out of bounds, so we'll return back to the 11. We've had some questions arise on clock status, so this play ends in bounds. Really, the end of the run is the fumble, so we'll return back to the 11-yard line. The play clock is running, so a silent whine by the referee, 1st and 10 from the 11. Let's check this one out. Looks like we have a fumble at the 30-yard line, and it goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. See if you agree. We need a beanbag at the fumble spot, and boom, that hits right on the sideline. So we need a short wing and deep wing to really team up there. So again, this ball would come back to the 30-yard line. Please let the play finish. Only whistles when the ball goes out of bounds. And again, we will start on the ready for play. Here's a good one. Let's talk mechanics for a second, though. If this ball is snapped at the 7 and the short wing has the goal line, this official needs to be on the goal line very wide. He's really in no man's land. If it's snapped from the 8 and you have your deep wing on the goal line, this official should certainly be back letting this play pass him. Okay, let's talk ruling now. This ball is fumbled at the 5, so we need a beanbag at that spot. Now judgment comes into play whether the defense touches this ball while out of bounds. Certainly the goal line comes into play, so we need to make sure we're focused on this football. This is certainly a good one to talk to your partner about, but I have B54 finally possessing while out of bounds. We'll return back to the 5-yard line, A's ball from there. Here's another great example of our new rule. This ball is stripped at the 22-yard line, and that's where we need a beanbag. And then it goes out of bounds. So we will return back to that spot of the fumble. And again, the new challenge for officials this year will really be trying to get it right as to where that ball came out. Remember, your beanbag toss does not need to be right at the spot or be chucked too far. Just get the correct yard line and communicate that with your crew. Hey, let's talk exceptions to the rule. This new fumble rule deals with fumbles between the goal lines. So if you have a fumble here that goes into and out of the end zone, that is still a touchback. B, 1st and 10 on the 20 going out. Let me mention what tremendous hustle here by the deep wing. If you are not in position here, you might think this is a touchdown if you're trailing, but this ball is fumbled right at the 1-yard line, goes out of bounds, and it is perfectly covered. This is a great play to test our knowledge. Listen, you have a fumble by the white team, goes into the end zone, fallen on by B, that's a touchback. And if white fell on it, it's a touchdown. Okay, let's keep testing our knowledge here. This ball is fumbled on the B43 going in. Ball's out. We need a beanbag there. Now watch the sideline. It's never touched out of bounds, never goes out of bounds. Slow whistles. We don't want an inadvertent here. We finally have a pile, so let's kill the clock and start digging. Looks like we're on the 18-yard line, so if A fell on that ball, it is their ball, first down and 10 at the 18. We do not return back to the spot of the beanbag because this ball never went out of bounds. Okay, let's take a deep breath and review here. If you have a pitch backwards and the offense fumbles that pitch and falls on it, it's their ball there, second down. You have that same pitch backwards and the defense falls on it, defense first and 10 from that spot. On a running play, if A44 fumbles the ball forward and it rolls 10 yards only to be fallen on by the same team, it is A's ball right there. We are not coming back to the spot of the fumble because that ball never went out of bounds. Here's a tremendous play to review this year's rule change. This is caught and fumbled at the 47 and thereafter goes backwards and out of bounds at the 44. So let's remember this year's rule change only applies to fumbles that go forward and out of bounds. So because this ball went backwards, it'll be A's ball at the spot where it went out of bounds at the 44, and the clock will start on the snap. Let's finish with a tremendous example and amazing mechanics by this officiating crew. You have a quarterback rolling out, you do have a fumble, and that fumble does go out of bounds. Looks like that fumble's at about the 39-yard line. I think you would all agree that's where we're going to need the beanbag. All right, and it does go out of bounds forward. With wonderful spacing for safety, the official comes in, killing the clock, and getting the result of the play spot where the ball went out of bounds. The official puts the ball down in that spot, uses the O to O, and points to his crew that ball will be coming back to the 39-yard line where his beanbag is sitting. Hey, to wrap up, every year the NFHS offers coaches and officials some points of emphasis that they'd like to focus on. This year it's these three that we'll be looking at. I think it goes without saying all three of these deal with safety. You certainly want the student athletes to be properly equipped. The game should be played the right way with a level of mutual respect for everyone on the field. And obviously we want to get those safety fouls dealing with defenseless players, targeting, and especially hits to the head and neck area. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.